All right, Neva, what do we got for breakfast this morning?
The usual.
That's right. We got a cup and a half of rice, 5.5 ounces of ground beef, and I think 3 eggs this morning. Big thank you to Policy Genius for sponsoring today's video. Welcome to harvest day number 5. We are currently 25% done with soybean harvest. If we have a good day today, we should be about 35% done. Good morning, Freightliner. You know, it's kind of funny how some of our equipment has names and others we just literally call it the brand or the number that it is. Oh, turn on that air conditioning. Looks like the new farm service location has made a ton of headway. Wow, they've moved a lot of dirt. Look at that pile over there. Looks like they're gonna be adding in a driveway right here. Big old culverts. Holy cow, you could add up all the water that's ever gonna run down that ditch for the next 10,000 years and it's gonna fill those culverts about a quarter full. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Winona's, and we got a really wide corner in here to make. Oh boy. Oh, we caught it. Talking an absolutely beautiful day today. 10-mile-an-hour winds, 87 degrees. We should have some smooth sailing. We got 73 acres over here at Winona's. And once we get done, we have like an hour-long combine road trip over to Carroll's. Looks like Cooper's in the combine today, so I'm in the green cart. Are you good running that machine, Coop? Yep. Perfect. First job of the day. We gotta grab our marker flag marking our high management area. So everything to the left here is high management, everything to the right is control. Jeez. This is my first time driving this grain cart around the field. So we got the big super fat tires all the way around. First impression, this thing is a tank. It's big. It's got a presence. We don't really have a great flag holder on the tractor or the grain cart, so the latter is going to do. I will say, driving across the field, this is pleasantly smooth. My feet are off the ground right now, so this is all the bumps that we're experiencing. We're going 10 miles an hour, 9, I should say, 9. Whee! Let's turn around. Oh boy, I am not gonna be able to see the edge of this bean head very well. One thing I don't like about having a short auger on the combine relative to the head. It's hard to get beside it. You're really close. On the front of the grain cart, there's a sensor somewhere up there, and it tells you if you overload the front of the grain cart too much, but that is a extremely annoying beep. We're gonna try our first dump here. I think I need to adjust. Yeah, there we go. What one does there? Let's try that. This grain cart's supposed to be able to do 600 bushels per minute. And I have no doubt in my mind this thing has a massive auger on it. I will say I do really like how the auger is literally right to my left. Like I just turned my head and boom, it's right there. Where the Avalanche one was back here. We're just getting rolling here nice. Dad just pulled in with the red Volvo. That's empty. The Freightliner is full, and then we're full here in the grain cart, which is gonna fill Dad in the Volvo here in just a second. I wonder if Dad hit something coming into this driveway too. He was looking at the bumper. I will say, I do really like this auger. It's so easy to line up to the semi. Look at that. Let's keep it flying up. Let's get in position here. Straighten that guy out. Gotta go the other way. There we go. Throttle down. Turn the PTO on. Got our live weight. It's going to tell us how much we put onto the semi here. So the unload weight. There we go. Okay, let's throttle up. Push our slide gate forward here. Semi's full. Just look how close he has to get to the tire in order to get dumped on me. Not very far. Especially with that top part hanging out real close. He's like right there dumping on me instead of dead center. That's not a grain cart problem. That is a us with the combine problem. We have a 45-foot bean head and the auger on the combine is designed for a 40-foot bean head. So we're just running a little wide with the head, which is why. Ones that are designed for a 45-foot head actually have a fold. There's a hydraulic cylinder in the middle of the auger so that way it can fold back. So if you ever see one with it folded behind the combine when it's parked, that's for a longer head like this. 16,000 pounds on that load. Cooper, what the heck do we got going on right there? You gotta have the water jug. I suppose while I'm out here, I might as well grab this flag. There's some nice looking beans over here. Ow. This particular spot, everything to the right of the flag is high management, left is control. I'm getting dusted out over here. Okay, let's see how Dad makes it going around that corner. Why is that so tight this year? I don't understand. We've farmed this farm my entire life, and we've drove semis in and out of this driveway every year. When Dad came in with the red one, he dropped the wheel off the other side, which that happens every couple of years. But we've never hit that sign before. And we're using all the turn radius there. I don't get it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah, cool.
What is different about that driveway this year?
I don't know, narrower than crap or something coming in it. It used to be something you could swing out there and it's
I know.
dug a little.
I've never been within 4 feet of that sign before, and you were that far from it, and I just barely nicked the tip.
I know, yeah. Coming in, I went over a little bit the first time with the red one, and my wheel dropped off of the hole, and there was a trailer on the road and stuck. I locked in the differential, and it didn't want to do anything for a while, and I called Coop, and then all at once it must have kicked in, because then I could let it clutch easy, and it took me out of it.
Good. Well, maybe that's a sign we just need to get our wider driveway made on the flat.
Yeah.
Is this my food?
Yeah.
On a normal non-harvest day, Dad and I, when we first see each other in the morning, we usually talk 15 to 60 minutes, just kind of about what happened the day before, maybe what we learned that night. That is just kind of our little talk time. I don't know, we enjoy it. So that was our little talk time for today. It's usually a little rush during harvest, especially when we're really trying to get stuff moving along pretty quick and Cooper's cracking the whip on us. But stuff like that is important. There's always going to be work that needs to be done, but you know, you're not always going to have your dad to be able to sit down and talk to. You're not always going to have your son around to be able to visit with. So I really enjoy those moments no matter how busy we are. Ooh, coming in tight. See what Neva packed me. Ooh, yes. Carrots, rice, ground beef, and eggs. I don't have a spoon though. There's supposed to be a spoon in the top. And hard to eat without a spoon. Wait a second, by my orange juice, and we got the golden spoon. While we're eating, we're gonna be listening to the Joe Rogan Naval Ravikant podcast. Naval's a smart cookie. I like listening to him. It's insightful. While we're digesting our food, we have a quick word from Policy Genius. All right, Dad, in 10 seconds or less, why is it important to get life insurance?
To protect your family.
This is where Policy Genius comes into play. I owe a little over $100,000 to the bank, so if something were to happen to me, my family would be responsible for paying that. But since I got a life insurance policy through Policy Genius, the life insurance policy would cover all of my loans. Literally this easy. Go online, answer a few questions, wait for the agent to call, have a few more questions, e-sign the confirmation email, then done. But Cole, I already have a life insurance policy through my work. Ah, that's great. Just make sure that it has enough coverage for your family's needs, and if you were to leave your job, make sure that it follows with you. If not, check out Policy Genius. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options offer same-day approval and avoid unnecessary medical exams. I'm not kidding, it was super fast, literally that easy. Did I mention they compare the quotes from America's top insurers to get you the lowest price? And the Policy Genius agents work for you, not the insurance company, so their only incentive is to get you the lowest price possible for the maximum amount of coverage. Policy Genius is for anybody who has anybody who depends on them, and they make it super simple to protect your loved ones. They have thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot for a reason. Your loved ones deserve a financial safety net. You deserve a smarter way to find and buy it. Head to policygenius.com/ColeTheCornStar or click the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you can save. I'm trying to develop stronger habits around learning. Like my natural inclination when it comes to just sitting is just curiosity. I thoroughly enjoy understanding how the world works, why things are the way they are. Like that is just naturally fascinating to me. It's like a hobby. I can just sit and do that all day and be perfectly content with it. But then it gets to a point like, okay, you have broad understanding of things. Now, if I want to get really good at something, I need to develop a more specific view on different areas. Or maybe there's different viewpoints that a certain subset of people have. So like politics is an easy example here. You have people who are more liberal, more left-wing. They have certain things that they kind of gravitate around. You have people who are right-wing. They have certain things that they gravitate around. You have people in the middle. They have things that they gravitate around because they don't like this or this, and they don't like that or that, and so they just kind of sit here. But those are 3 different points of views. And so, like, what's happening in the world is happening regardless, but people are choosing to look at things differently. So the way I look at it is, if I can learn what makes this person think this way and why do they have these ideas, Or this person this way, and why do they have those ideas? Or this person this way, and why they have those ideas? Then I feel like that makes me a much more well-rounded individual, and it opens my eyes to understanding and helps me just in every area of my life. So I'm giving the political example there, but business is a big one. Why is it some people are driven by status? Some people are after comfort. Some people are after affordability, which I would underlie as like protection, because they're trying to be wise with their dollars, not overspend in this area, so that way they can provide in these other areas without robbing from it. So as I'm sitting here, I'm just trying to think of what can I be listening to, or what can I be researching to help develop stronger points in those areas, even if I don't agree with them, just so I have a full understanding of what's going on. It's kind of like if I'm standing on one side of a barn and someone's on the other side of the barn, and I'm like, the barn's red, and they're like, no, the barn's blue, and we're just arguing until we're blue in the face, and come to find out, well, one side of the barn was painted blue and one side of the barn was painted red. We both are right. But we're arguing that the other's wrong. I think a better word for it would be perspective. It's all about perspective, and I'm trying to get better at perspective. Compared to the Avalanche cart, this V cart, it sits further forward, and I'm a little concerned if I go to turn sharp like this, that my tire is going to hit prematurely. No, I think we'll be okay, actually. It's just really deceptive because that corner comes super far forward. Okay, yeah, this optical illusion. Coop's been talking to me on the CB radios. We got these in here last year. This is a Midland, I think the thing is right there, an MTX 500. Then we got this little pulley thing. If you pull it all the way out, it locks, and then you pull it and it goes back in. It's kind of a handy unit. They actually work pretty good. They're clear. I forgot to ask, does it still smell like skunk in the cab?
I can't smell it right now, but I might be used to it. I got it this morning. I thought I got high.
Something to keep in mind, I've always been under the impression that when you have a CB or any kind of radio, you want that bad boy to go as far as possible. Why do they advertise these things for like 3 miles or 5 miles? I want that sucker to go 50. Well, we put bigger antennas on the 340 and the Combine, and we realized why you probably don't want to do that, because we got people like 15 miles away who are on the same station we are, and we can hear them. And so sometimes you're hearing like three different farmers' conversations going on at the same time. So then you have to change station, because otherwise you can't talk to each other. So just something to keep in mind if you want the super big antenna. I don't know about most people, but our biggest field is a mile from one end to the other, and you're usually within a half mile of each other. So the only other benefit outside of that would be if you're wanting to talk to a trucker who's a couple miles down the road. We're going to be full here for another semi. We got 54,000 on us. He's probably going to put another 10. That's about all we can fit with our auger not being long enough to reach over to the other side. You can only get it so full. Got another flag. He's got to do something like this when he wants to get to the other side. Back all the way around. Nice and close over there. Look at that. Nope, got a lot of room. I just shifted the tractor forward, and I thought I had my foot on the clutch, but I had my foot on the steering wheel adjuster, and we just about stalled her out. Here's Dad just in time, and the red Volvo has a better turn radius than the Freightliner. Well, we actually have enough for more than a semi. I like to put like 57,000 pounds on. Some guys like to go loads pretty heavy, gross vehicle weight of 90,000 pounds. Just figure our semis are about 25,000 pounds empty, so we can go gross 80, because we do not have the permits. Usually they raise it up to gross 90,000 during harvest, but I don't know if they have yet. I would assume they have, but our trailers and trucks are pretty old, so we try not to load them that heavy all the time. When we're close to home, not saying we don't do it, but we try to keep them just a little lighter. Which if I put all that on, we would for sure be way overweight. Okay, here's the plan. We just got done with Winona's. We need to head over to Carroll's now. Basically, as soon as we hop on the highway behind me, it's a straight 13-mile shot. Mom's coming to get the bean head. She's gonna pull that. Cooper's gonna follow in the combine. They're gonna go get an area cut open in the field. I'm gonna hop in the Freightliner. This is full. Dad just got, he's about home with the other semi that's full. Hopefully by the time I get home with this, Dad has that semi empty, then we're gonna ride together with that empty semi back here. We're gonna empty the grain cart that is half full. It's got 32,000 pounds on it right now. And then I'll be able to take the grain cart from here all the way to Carroll's. Cooper wants me to drive the grain cart down the road with 32,000 pounds on it for 8 miles to get it home to dump it. I really don't want to do that, so we're gonna play the safe route. Going in this driveway is one thing, going out of it's another. This one's also not very fun because you basically have to dip your wheel onto the white line on the other side in order to make it without flipping your trailer into the ditch on the right side. Moral of the story is we need a wider driveway to be made. No getting around it. Okay, we are all the way on the left. Last year I slid off into that ditch. Ooh, that was not very fun. I had a little bit of a pucker factor there, not going to lie. Hey, slow down there, Chief. All right. You're under pressure this time.
Yeah, I got it down now. First time when I pulled in, my front wheel dropped off. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's tight right here. In a way, driving the grain cart down the road is kind of comical because look how gargantuan that thing is. It just looks fake. Every now and again we hit some bumps in the road and then we start to get bouncing a little bit in the tractor and then we get bouncing a little bit in the cart. Overall though, smooth. As long as we hit a smooth spot again, the bounces go away. It's not the tires making us bounce, it's the fact that the road's bumpy. But if the tires were bouncing, that would be another story. That's not as fun. Also not very fun staring into that sun, so very thankful for that sun guard. Welcome to Carroll's! Carrots, rice, ground beef. I think we're just gonna get one load off here tonight, or 50,000 pounds worth. The dude's setting in quick. See how still that dust is already? Just hanging. Look at that, just hanging. It'll do is setting in quick. Clean out the trash at the end of the day. Found that to be kind of helpful if you just, no matter how little trash you have or how much, you just get it done at the end of the day. And then it just always keeps stuff clean. Oh yeah, walking by the combine, I can still smell the skunk. Whew. Okay, you got Dewey at 8:30. That's earlier than we normally quit. I did not get much sleep last night. I did not get quality sleep last night. So I'm making the executive decision. I'm just gonna eat and go to bed and play with Edward for a minute. Look at that. Look at that. What are you doing? As much as we're all get work done, get stuff done, learn more, accomplish new things, keep pushing, sometimes it's also good just to say, you know what, we're gonna enjoy some of these finer moments in life too. That's perfectly, ow, you're pulling my hair. Okay. For supper, we got 450 grams of cooked rice, 5.5 ounces of ground beef. Then we got 2 baby carrots, a toddler carrot, and a medium-sized potato. Can't forget about the water. We had a solid one today. We got to our 35% done goal. We got almost just over 90 acres done. So Winona's was 73, then we got 17 acres done at Carroll's. Sounds like Cooper is going to be baling hay tomorrow, so he's not going to be joining us in the morning. His friend Zach is going to be driving the grain cart, so we might have to give him a little crash course in the morning. I should probably get to bed here. I'm kind of burning at both ends, so I got an opportunity tonight. We're going to finish our bowl of yogurt and frozen blueberries and then call it a night. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.